April 13th, 2022, Wednesday. The Bible portion is Jeremiah 48, verse 10. Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully. The book of prophet Jeremiah is a sad history of Israel. In the initial chapters, we find this word repeated, forsaken. God said, "My people have forsaken me." More so, the leaders, the kings, and the priests all had taken wrong path. They were even doing abominable things. Outwardly, they appeared good, but inside they were crooked and corrupted. Speaking lie is sin in the sight of God, but deceitfulness is still worse, because a life lived in falsehood is deceitfulness. In Israel, those days, who did the work of God were doing deceitfully. Means what they were displaying outwardly was not true in their life. We are reminded of Judas Iscariot. In public, it appeared that he is following the Lord, but inside his heart was very far from Lord Jesus. He was posing as a disciple, but actually he was not. John 6:64 tells us very clearly about the betrayer. We must know that deceiving is the nature of devil. In Revelation 12:9, Satan is called a deceiver. As God's people, we must be careful. Our lives should never be named as deceiver. Such spiritual leaders, Lord Jesus called as wolves in sheep clothing in Matthew 7:15. Also, Lord Jesus has given us a clue how to recognize such people. In Matthew 7:16, "Ye shall know them by their fruits." Because of such spiritual leaders, the work of God is falling apart. Instead of growth, there is decline. God's people must be careful. Now, looking at this verse, we as God's people need to be warned, as we are also called servants of God in the New Testament. Everyone who is born again is also a servant of Lord Jesus Christ. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 3:9, we are laborers together with God. We must not have double standard of living. The world is watching us, especially when we claim we are born again and redeemed or delivered from sin. If inside we are changed and sin has no dominion over us, our outward must reflect the inward change. If not, this verse could be even for us, "Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully." May the Lord give us grace to live a life which will challenge others and attract people to Lord Jesus Christ.